For the 250th anniversary of the United States, many Americans are reflecting on the history that led us to where we are today. Today, we're taking a closer look at the nation's 12th president, Zachary Taylor. A member of his family says Taylor's story is one that speaks directly to the tensions still dividing America today. Brooke Hash explains.
Tucked inside a national cemetery on the eastern edge of Louisville lies a man who helped hold this nation together just as it was coming apart at the seams.
He took over the presidency in a really delicate time and tried to maintain a balance in a very polarized country that was about to erupt into civil war.
Zachary Taylor, soldier, president, and as America turns 250, a figure whose complicated legacy may feel more relevant than ever.
My uncle's greatest accomplishment was being the first president to hold office who had no political background at all. He was a soldier first.
Gary Mattingly is Taylor's great-grandnephew. Looking back 175 years ago, Mattingly says Taylor's moderate stance on slavery made him enemies in both North and South. Taylor himself owned enslaved people, yet as president, he refused to let slavery expand into newly acquired Western territories.
There were a lot of slave-owning Southerners who believed that because he was also a slave-owning Southerner, that he would allow them to sort of get what they wanted from the presidency, but he didn't. He took a much more moderate stance on a lot of things, including free statehood for the Western states.
It was a position that cost him politically and may have cost him more. Taylor died suddenly in July of 1850, just 16 months into his presidency. The cause, gastroenteritis. But the circumstances sparked rumors that have never fully gone away.
This could change the course of history if they found out that this man was killed by arsenic poison, then Lincoln wouldn't have been the first president to be assassinated.
His body was exhumed 150 years later to test that theory. The results inconclusive. Today, his memory towers over the final resting place of thousands of soldiers and their families. Fitting for a guy once known as every man's general.
That idea that someone who is in power will actually step down to be able to do the grunt work with the soldiers. It's one of those like American dream things that a lot of people say, but you don't see a lot of examples of it actually happening because it's so much easier to, when you're in the position of power, to say, oh, well, I'll send somebody else to do it, or I'll find a way around this because it is the hard choice to make. And you know, whenever we look at stuff for Taylor, that is one of the things that I like looking at, is saying, oh no, he's actually was sort of walking the walk.
And you can watch more Red, White, and You stories on the CBS 8 app, celebrating everyday Americans doing extraordinary things. Stream it right now on your TV for free.